Hi, Richard Moore here from 8-StepStartup. I wanted to speak to you about motivation today. I know it's a little away from what I normally talk about. I'm all about startup businesses and messages and interviews I've done with with professors and business leaders and best-selling authors. But still, I suppose maybe it comes from running for successful businesses. I get asked at least once a day by people, what is it, Richard, that's really making you so motivated, and what gets you out of bed, and what things do you think about, or whatever it might be, what techniques do you have that make you so motivated each day. I want to present to you a slightly different view of motivation, because a lot of people, I saw a post online the other day and someone said, guys, I'm feeling a bit, down about things. Can you give me some ideas of what kind of motivates you? And my view, and this isn't meant to offend anyone who does motivational speaking or that kind of pump approach to getting people energized and things like that. But what I want you to try and imagine is that if you're, in inverted commas, demotivated, or you're feeling a little bit flat, okay, that's you here, right? Over here is achievement of goals and objectives being fulfilled, all right? So you need to get from there to there. And typically the way people view it is that the thing that lubricates the process, or in fact allows you to move from this low state to things getting achieved, is use of motivation. Now, when in this state, arguably the reason why you're stuck in this state is because of, in my view, overthinking. So things like basically procrastinating, looking for reasons to do something other than your work because you're not feeling so keen to do it, And what you're looking really for is for something or someone to tell you something that's going to just inspire you and give you that impetus to try and move things forward. The very act, I believe, and again, please take this the right way, it's not meant to offend, the very act of asking other people or looking to other sources for things that will motivate is potentially, or arguably it could be seen as still part of that procrastinating process. Because here's the thing, between feeling flat and getting your objectives achieved, the thing in the middle is getting yourself motivated. And that's in the way of you just doing the thing here and getting these things done, these objectives and these goals complete. What you're putting in between where you are to start and achievement of goals is another step, another thing in the way, which is getting yourself motivated. And actually there's a whole act right there that's going to slow you down. So when people ask me, what is it you do to get motivated? The answer is really simple. I don't actually allow the part of my brain that is thinking about if I'm motivated or not to even engage. You do not have that dialogue with yourself. Do not allow the conversation to even happen. The moment your brain starts to try and tell you how you're feeling, as in, oh, I'm not feeling like it, or oh, I'm really feeling up for it, just shut the conversation off. Even if you're feeling really up for it, you don't need that conversation, because that's sitting in the way almost of you actually doing the thing you're meant to be doing. Because you want to sit, you either want to wallow in that feeling of self-loathing and like, oh, I'm not really up for it, or you really want to wallow in feeling really inspired. I know people may not agree with this, but I don't really care, to be honest. The thing that works for me is saying, don't be motivated, don't be not motivated, just do anyway. So what I do is I make it compulsory. You will do it. There's no question. There's no discussion to be had. It's not about how I feel as I'm doing, as in if I feel pumped to do my work or if I don't feel pumped to do my work. It's being done whatever. So if I'm going to feel good, then great, fantastic. But if I'm not, then that doesn't matter, because the difference is zero. The fact is, it will be done. In the same way as I'll be breathing in and out, I'll be doing this work. I'll be achieving these goals and objectives. There is nothing between where, if I was feeling a bit low and not doing anything, and achievement of the goals, I just do what I need to do. I just do it. There's, as I say, there's no use of energy or inner dialogue that discusses with myself how I feel about doing it. It just is being done. Right? It's just being done. Simple. Okay, so that's the approach I take, and if on top of that, you know, I feel motivated and pumped, or I've read something, well, you know what, that's actually superfluous to it. And hopefully if you see my perspective, you'll see that whilst people may be thinking, oh, what can be motivating? You know what? I'll read another book, or I'll watch another YouTube video. That will make me feel really motivated. All the while, you're using energy for something which in some way is a distraction. If you're feeling keen and motivated while you're achieving your goals, then that's different. But trying to get yourself motivated is actually arguably a waste of energy. Don't allow this kind of shall I be motivated, shall I not, to even occur. You just do. And one thing that Professor Richard Jolly, who works with leadership and teaches executive MBA at London Business School here in the UK, told me, he said, my best advice is don't follow other people's advice. And I think it's really a really good way of putting this simple idea that you shouldn't really bother with what other people suggest. It might be that what you do and what they do correlate. Well, you know, that's good, but it sits very closely to this idea of not listening to most people. Just do. If you feel good as you do it, then brilliant. If people talk to you as you go and say, oh, you must be really pumped, or if you seek advice and they tell you how to be more motivated, then wonderful. But underneath that, you should just be doing things anyway. So hopefully I articulated that well enough. But don't worry about looking for advice from other people, because you're using energy and wasting time seeking a mindset when in fact you could just be doing it. And if you feel a bit low when you're doing it, just do it anyway. Because here's the thing, if you're doing the thing you were destined to do, if you've chosen the right line of work and you're actually following a path that is a passion of yours, well, that will naturally give you that pump and inspiration anyway. And with that in mind, it simply doesn't matter if you're motivated, because the work is inherently going to give you passion. And I find that the motivation is as a reaction to achieving the goals and doing the daily work because I love what I do, as opposed to trying to find that motivation first to then do the work that I probably don't want to do that much. So hopefully it makes sense. Please comment below. I know it's not necessarily the way that everyone thinks, but I'm really keen to hear how you approach it. Take care. Have a great Sunday.